Now that we still in the no jumper realm, this popped up in my recommended today, right here. And I was like, nah, I've never heard this story. I had to react to this with you guys. But before I even got into this shit's mad old, so I don't know who would really know or remember this. So before we get into that, do you guys remember when Tyga and Chris Brown, really breezy, was beefing with Frank Ocean? If you remember that, they supposedly fought at a parking lot. Like, this shit is throwback. Like, I want to say 2014, 15, maybe even, hell no, not 2014, 13. I'm tripping. This, bro, I feel like I was in high school. Like, hold on, let me see. Like, why I want to say 2011 or 2013, bro? There's no way. I was definitely in high school when this shit happened. Like, yo, what's crazy was when I used to tell people I was in high school in 2012, they used to be like, this nigga's mad young. Now you tell people you was in high school in 2012, like, God damn! Dinosaur! Chris Brown, Frank Ocean, 2013. I knew I was in 2014, 15. Hell no. All right, 2013. That makes sense. So if you guys recall, they was beefing over God knows what. They supposedly got in a little scuffle in the parking lot. If you a real world star head, if you a real hip hop head, I was a huge Tyga fan at that time. I recall, I thought that was one of Breezy's people. Pulled up, screaming at Frank Ocean, gang banging. Never thought about it again. Never knew who it was because this was so long ago. Like, why would I have known who it was back then? Adam. Oh, look at this shit right here. This is the YouTube video right here. Trell at No Jumper tells Frank Ocean to run the fade for trash talking on Westside Hoover. Yeah, but the shit was, there was no Trell at No Jumper in 2013. And I was a huge fan of Last Kings. One of the brands I remember saving up just to get a hoodie was a Last Kings navy blue with the white pharaoh head on the hoodie. Crazy. So to see that and see Trell, that's why Trell, personal spot in my heart, because that Last King brand was definitely fire. The way it fell and the way they killed the brand themselves. They wanted the money. They started going to like Zoomies and stores like that, Tilly's and all that shit. I was like, dead. Nobody's wearing that shit, bro. You have to keep it low key, have to keep it classic, have to keep it hard to get. And I'm telling you, in the long scheme of things, like today's brands, that shit could have blew up crazy. Also, Tyga got uncool. But all that to say is,
Nigga, I don't know you either, nigga.
It is crazy because I know Trell so well now from watching No Jumper back on Fig all the time, even though we know he's not on No Jumper now. Please, I don't need that comment. Watching back on Fig, but watching No Jumper at the end of the day when he was there for the last like 2 years. I know Trell's voice so well that it's just hilarious to me now. Like, now watching, it's like, nah, this is crazy. This was Trell gangbanging back in the day on Frank Ocean. I remember at the time, like, damn, I'm a fan of both. But if I had to choose, I was always on Breezy's side. Chris Brown, and Tyga was in by affiliation.
Frank Ocean running. Yo, Frank Ocean running down.
Tyga, Trell telling him to pull over for the fade.
The Last Kings. The LK on the back of the hat. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a Last Kings hat somewhere online. I'm gonna try to see if I can find Last King snapback somewhere and try to get one again and unbox it with you guys in this channel. But you see that LK in the back, you hear him talking groove and all that, like, oh my, Trell, that's hilarious.
Oh, where's the over, nigga, your mark, nigga?
Frank flexing out.
Look, all over your mark is gonna take the fade, though. All over there, where to go? He on the video. Hey, come back.
He said, where's Tyga?
Come on! We want it! Come on! You want it? Come on!
Yo, Trell! That boy's hilarious, bro. Like, I remember watching this back in the day, like, oh shit. Trap Lord Rose did a video on this? I never knew that. We gonna have to watch that. Or maybe I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yo, but I remember this shit like it was yesterday. It's just crazy. This whole world, bro. Trell.
Yo, Frank Ocean, what it do? Take the fade, nigga. Take the fade. What it do? For real, nigga, you a mark, bro. You don't take the fade. You take the left, you a mark. Oh, where's the over, nigga? You a mark, nigga. Look. All over your mark is gonna take the fade, though. All over there, where to go? He on the video. Hey, come back. Don't you act like that, bro. Come on. We want it, nigga. Come on. You want it? Come on.
He said, where's T-Raw at? Trell took the opportunity himself. I'm gonna give him a like, just crazy. All right, cool. Now that you guys are aware of what this video is about, now I'm super excited because I have to hear Trell talk about this.
Okay, but
Let's go over there right now.
he's find him. Bring him here.
Thousands of Hoovers, bro.
He brings thousands of Hoovers here.
Come on, bruh.
Bring him out.
How you gonna put that shit on me, bruh? Y'all was fucking scammers.
Fess up to it. Why were you doing that? Where were you at in your life that you felt like you needed to do that to poor old Frank? You better see like Frank's a white guy. You had smoke with Frank.
Yo, he did. The dude knows like he made Frank sound like a white guy. I'm like, damn, nah, why you did Frank like that? I'm forgetting. Like, shit just sound like an old business white man. Like, why you did old Frankie like that, man?
Our future like that?
People don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yes, they do. They're tapped in.
Oh, they know.
We're doing it for the smart people, not the dummies.
I told you it wasn't a homie. That was a cousin.
Now, he even came in here with the old OJ gloves. what episode is this? This is definitely an episode that I missed. He came in here with the old O.J. Simpson gloves. Like, what was going on this day? The headband, too. I don't know how I just peeped that shit late. Nah, T-Rell's fit's crazy. T-Rell's fit is crazy.
Because
For those of you who do not know, I know he was itching. He came here just to fucking talk
pretty much,
about Frank Ocean in that time. That was a crazy time. Let me just explain. It's so fucking embarrassing. That shit was so. When I look at it, that shit is so fucking embarrassing. I apologize, Frank, for that shit. I didn't know it was me, cuz. You didn't know it was me for sure. I apologize. My bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell y'all why I did it.
Hold on, T-Rell, real quick. How when they told me on my Twitch, I called you like, damn, grew that shit out there.
I knew since the day he came here, I was like, it's gonna come out one day. I'm gonna deny that shit.
For sure. All right, so it makes sense. AD and everybody else already knew about this except Adam, bro. I would have never in my life thought T-Rell, but when they said it, it all clicked. Like, I heard the video play again in my head, and the way he said groove, I was like, nah, there's a lot of hoovers, right?
And you didn't know.
And for the record, at first I thought it was a hate crime, but I think this is before people knew he was gay.
Yeah, because you did your research, motherfucker. So if I was here Tuesday, you'd have said it was a hate crime.
No, I just haven't.
I remember though on Twitter, I was young and dumb, and I jumped in like, yeah, Team Chris Brown and Tiger, Last Kings, y'all know what it is. Your groupie ass down. I wish I could talk to myself. Sit your groupie ass down. But then it started coming out like, oh, it might be a hate crime and shit. I remember putting my phone down like, yeah, hold on. Even back then, I was small and I ain't want shit to do with this. I don't know why Chris Brown beat up that man. I know we like his music. We love Tiger. Well done. 187. We was a fan of all that Last King clothes, and I get it. But I heard the word hate crime, and we slowly backed up. So I remember that being a narrative back then.
A fair memory of hip hop, and I remember that Frank Ocean had been out for a little while before we realized, like, oh, okay, he riding.
But Frank Ocean, it doesn't matter. Gay people are humans, you know what I'm saying?
That is a good point. That's right. Sorella.com.
Yeah.
Check out our new line.
Sorella.com. Make sure you go get that. But look, let me tell you, Frank,
gay activist.
That nigga Frank was a lope. You feel me? I'm telling you.
He whooped your ass?
Frank is from Los Angeles, California. He not a mark. He not a buster. These niggas was getting into it. And when niggas was seeing him, he wasn't turning nothing down.
Really?
You feel me? Fuck no, nigga, he was a lope. I'm gonna tell y'all.
T-Rell, didn't you tell me?
Oh shit, so I did not know. I would not think that Frank Ocean was banging, and he's our future and all that shit. So I did not think that at all. All right, that makes sense. And he's not turning shit down. Makes sense. Back to that parking lot again. Why Chris Brown fought Frank Ocean.
And House won the story before in Vegas.
Yes.
I was exactly like you.
That was a secret Vegas story.
And I can see the two gangs putting their two Pokemons in the ring. Let's see who R&B artist wins this hand-to-hand combat.
No, because we sat in that motherfucker for 6 hours because Josh forgot his room and shit.
Yeah.
You really don't give a fuck about this podcast if you didn't just come here the next day and air that shit out.
No, and then there's too much shit he said. I was just like, House was like, hey, I didn't know that was real. T-Rell was already asleep. We was still talking about the story he told us in the morning and shit.
Bruh.
So Frank had squabbles back in the day?
Frank ain't not no bitch.
But Frank ain't no bitch. So they seen a nigga at the studio. Chris, like, because they was having already problems. They was having,
him and Chris Brown.
Chitter-chatter on
What was that over, though?
And
And you were really riding with Chris Brown like that at that time.
that was my nigga. What you talking about?
Okay. So you were muscle for a bunch of people.
I wasn't muscle. I just ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? They was doing their thing. They was going back and forth. Even with Tyler or whatever. They had jokes. But these niggas, Tyler and these niggas ain't no busters. They just on their thing, cracking jokes. But when you see them, they were whatever. So these niggas seen him outside at a studio, and Frank like, nigga, what's happening? Nigga, you niggas is bitches. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, but I'm walking out to this shit.
So this goes back down, I guess, to when he saw Breezy and the whole infamous parking lot fight happened. There was never footage from it, but we all heard every word of mouth. Another 100-point scored game from Chamberlain.
And these niggas is just sitting there standing in the street. And I'm like, oh no, he's not about to do us like that. He like, yeah, whatever. But I'm out there now. Yeah, nigga, mark ass bitch ass nigga. I'm like,
was this because of the Fan of a Fan mixtape you took it on?
Nah. I don't know what this shit was over, man. Him and Chris was just going back and forth, but I just felt like he was marking them niggas out too bad. And I was.
That's nuts to hear. Frank Ocean was marking out Breezy and his squad out too bad. And again, the whole theory of all this shit, this is all shocking to me because the whole theory against it, they try to paint it against Chris Brown like he beat this little defenseless man in the parking lot. I remember that whole shit going down between Breezy and Frank Ocean and how Twitter spun it. Like Chris Brown, oh look, he did a hate crime. This shit don't sound like that. It sound like he was out there banging with his flag. Don't matter if it was rainbow, it's still a flag.
I was out there and I was like, nigga, he got me fucked all the way up. Let's go get this nigga, cuz he gonna run his fade since he with the shit.
And so how'd you end up chasing him in a car?
So we got into I wasn't gonna tell the story. Shout out Mio. Fuck you, Mio. You coming with me on this shit. Mio, you driving. You know what I'm saying? It was me and the
Mio was driving.
And then I got Chris other cousins in the back. I'm like, oh, he fight today. Bitch, everybody fight. Get in the car. Come on, 'cause he ain't gonna do it like this.
Oh, so he wasn't even asking for Tiger. I think when he was like, where he's at the studio. Let's go back now. I think he was asking for Breezy. So what? How did this shit get spun? So Chris Brown just beat up this defenseless man? Like, hold on, did they bring him back to the studio and threw their hands with Breezy? Is that how this whole shit happened?
Come on, and then we chasing him down. That's why he like, man, I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm turned out. I'm like, you get out the car today.
So my groovies.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? He ended up driving off. Thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? You end up driving off doing your thing because he knew like this. He was like kept saying like, nigga, I don't know you. This the fight with these niggas. I don't really know you. So I'm like, yeah, whatever the case may be. But that's what happened.
What you would have done? You would have had CT T-Rail hanging out the window, you know? I would have been like, fuck you, skinny bastard.
You would have tagged his car.
But
You were sober?
How do I?
I was stupid sober, nigga. I was on a natural high.
No Mad Dog?
I went on none of
Mad
that
Dog?
shit.
Yeah, that's gross. That's mad cheap.
But
Just a
look,
guess.
so that's what happened when that's
Four Loko?
This nigga Frank is a low. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't no bitch. This nigga ain't scary. He ain't none of that shit. You see Chris again at Record Plant. Nigga on La Brea, nigga, whatever. I think it was on La Brea. I'm not sure what studio it was out. I'm just guessing it was La Brea at Record Planet. See him again, and the nigga ain't no bitch.
Do you think that this is news to the Frank Ocean hive? Because I'm just imagining all these people on Twitter who
Hell
don't
no.
know
This shit
about...
not new, Laura? This shit was new to me.
Because I'm not like...
Yeah, it's not new at all. I remember the whole thing when all the beef was going down. He's giving extra details right now, like I didn't know that. He ends up seeing Breezy before that whole shit happened. He was wilding out on all them and they were spazzing. They ended up driving. That I did not know. I just thought they happened to be driving and just Chris Brown's goons and shit, the Tiger's goons bumped into this man randomly at a red light.
Diehard Frank Ocean fan. I didn't even know that he had some kind of background like that.
Bro, when he told me Frank Ocean and Chris Brown squabbled, I'm like, for what?
Yeah, they squabble.
Squabble, nigga.
Sign of the times,
and
man.
this nigga Chris ain't no bitch either. And Chris got squabble.
Chris got squabbled. He out there.
So when they do what they do is Chris squabble him down. But them niggas ain't no bitch.
Chris Brown squabble him down. So it don't even sound like Chris Brown was the aggressor. It don't even sound like Chris Brown was the aggressor. It sounded like the fade got brought back to him and he just happened to do what he do and he's nice with the hands while I was praying, Lord, that I was gonna see him fight Soulja Boy. I would have paid for that shit. I swear to God, I would have paid for that shit. I was praying that we would have saw that Chris Brown and Soulja Boy fight. The shit never happened, but boy, was I waiting to see that.
So, but that's how it went. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't no hoes. Frank Ocean ain't no hoe. Yeah, but sorry about that again. That shit was super embarrassing. When they sent it in the group chat, I looked at it 20 times. I'm not gonna fucking lie to y'all. I'm like, damn, that's embarrassing.
Really?
You know this nigga overthink everything.
So now we kind of get like how much your temperature has gone down over the years.
I told y'all that.
Yeah, but you never gave us like a specific example of some wild ass shit that he
I had
did.
to look for his address, bro.
I told you I'm fucking 50-60% T-Rail. That was
Yes.
that was me going over the 10. I was going over the notch. I probably would.
Yeah, but you didn't see his left hand on the video?
Nah, hell, I didn't have that either, nigga. But I was ready to crush, bro.
Your arm was fucked up then too?
Yep.
Wow.
Damn, so it almost messed up in that video when he was banging like that. See, I was thinking that was T-Rail before the injury. I just didn't want to say it. In my mind, I'm like, that's T-Rail before the injury, ready to box up. That's T-Rail with one arm. Like, what is this? This man's a Golden Glove fighter if he never got injured, no cap. Because T-Rail be bugging out, and he's fighting you with one hand. 1.5, you getting beat up. You beat up with a hand and a half. What would he have done with two? Mayweather, watch out. All these celebrities, Jake Paul, none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. T-Rail would have definitely been the middleweight champion of the world, bro. Come on, I believe in T-Rail.
Damn.
Cause so really you could have got out the car and beat me up. You know what I'm saying? But
Nah, you had to have had it on you. Come on.
I
You snitch? What's
I'm
wrong
just
with you?
saying.
Fuck no, nigga.
What?
We was ready to squabble. Hands.
Squabble.
We don't need no fucking gun. That's
I just
you Mark.
I assume that the squabble party.
He said, that's you and Mark. That's my favorite California word. I swear to God, that's my favorite California word. Mark. Oh man, I love it.
Your life ended when you lost the use of one of your arms.
No,
You were kicking or what?
So matter of fact,
No, I ain't even gonna try to be funny, but what Adam's asking right now, low key questions. I kind of like, well, how would that have went down?
Wait, which one is your shooting arm?
all right, I'm ambidextrous now.
But somebody raised a good question. They're like, can he even cock that shit back?
Yes,
Hey, yo.
I can.
Okay. I was just, I
Stop
just,
talking
you know,
about my friend like that.
it was.
He said, could he even cock that shit back? That's crazy. That's a crazy AO, and that's a crazy hate crime against a disabled man. Like, that felt crazy. That shit was, I didn't even know what to say first. It was rude and AO at the same
Fair
time.
question. I'm
Yeah.
thinking it was a fair moment to ask.
I'm gonna do it for him and pass it to him.
Hey,
And you're
tell Cuz-
implicated. You're gonna be on the Rico.
Hey, tell Cuz the last thing
Hey, Hoover.
tell Cuz the last thing that threw a joke and said, the little nigga told me, he said, oh, nigga, you can't pick that shit up with your right hand and wipe the floor, because I had spilled something. And I picked it up with my right hand, I wiped the floor. And I was like, if you ain't got no more jokes, you done. I ain't spoke to Cuz since.
Wait, what did you do?
What did I do?
You just looked at him like that?
No, nigga, I was shooting jokes till he grew.
Oh, he was done.
You think Frank Ocean?
He wanted to fight. He wanted to talk.
You think Frank Ocean ever put you in a bar?
Fuck no.
No.
He didn't know that was me. I was a little.
He said that he didn't know that was me. That's wild though. Also, small world, bro. All comes back to
Small
T-Rell.
fry.
You the homie. I wouldn't let you fight. Like somebody had a problem with you, I catch a fight for you.
I'm taking off on some shit though.
For sure. But I catch a fight for you.
I mean, you ain't. I mean, that's what I was using. I
Me too.
gotta use my
Shut your ass
weapons.
up.
I'll hop in the squared circle for him.
So we squabbling shit up in here. You jumping in?
Between you and him? No, that's between
No,
you
I'm
guys.
talking about like.
I'm talking about
no, if somebody say I got problems with T-Rell. I know the homie can't do his thing with both hands, so I'm gonna get cut.
If I'm watching Frank Ocean whoop the shit out of you, yeah, I'm gonna have to hop in and get involved.
Ain't with me.
Not you.
Yeah,
I'm
but
talking about him.
Frank Ocean know karate now.
Nigga, hey, I do too.
Oh yeah, you kickboxing.
I do all that shit.
You think Frank still got any of that hate in his heart? You ain't seen him since, huh?
Again, sorry, Frank.
Nigga, Frank will see you. Fucking.
You're way bigger than you were then. Now,
Can I interview you?
I mean, yeah, I would be very
Full
appreciative.
circle.
You know what I'm saying? If you would let me do that, but I'm sorry, bro. That was very embarrassing.
Hey, Adam, somebody come in here. Everybody got to pack him out.
Damn.
That's
Big
true.
pun in the building.
That nigga ain't
Everybody
doing
got to pack
shit.
him out.
Everybody got to
Adam ain't
pack
doing
him
it.
out. Look at AD.
He putting his freedom in here for the No Jumper brand. Fast forward a couple years, not even a couple years, probably fast forward a year later. Like, how old is this? When was this recorded? Because this is the old studio. Not even a year, brother. Fast forward 10 months later, and he told my nigga to pack
Doing
him
shit.
I ain't gonna lie, see that video Adam said when he had to do like this.
Wait, what?
You gonna see me turn to Kyle Rittenhouse.
You didn't see that? What?
Blam.
Oh my god.
You see that video
Smoking
when I
something for
left?
T. Reed.
That's what I was telling you. That left was crazy. A little uppercut. Who was that? That was just
Don't you touch Adam.
That was a UCLA fight where a UCLA football player got on stage. He was faded drunk.
Yeah, what was that?
Off the Mad Dog, and he
The Mad Dog.
And
I told you.
And he
The
grabbed.
MDs was dangerous.
He had grabbed Tiger's security, buff ass nigga.
Right.
And they was two big buff
Who
ass
is
niggas,
it, Drake?
6'4", 6'5". Hell no.
In that video,
His name
there's
was
like
Noah.
there's 100 girls on stage who all have the same hat on. You didn't notice
But
that?
they was at a little college party.
They
so
all
I
had
guess
a
they
red
was doing
hat
their
on.
thing.
I was kind of confused.
I'm sorry, so this
Hold on.
nigga body slammed this nigga. Hopped on stage, body slammed. I told him he couldn't be on stage, and I was like, damn.
He body slam security?
The security.
Nah, that's wild. Hold on, I gotta see if I can find that video.
That gave you the vision of what Tiger shows were like back in the day because they had all the girls come up on stage. There's like 400 girls get on stage all of a sudden, and Tiger's just in front, just rapping. And then meanwhile, there's a squabble taking place
Nah,
in the back
we
of the
looking at it
stage.
right at
None of
that.
the girls even give a shit or seem to know.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, it happened so fast, but I had Nitty with me, H-Crown with me, Dre with me, and then we had
A bunch of
Big
grimy
Noah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah. So as soon as I, that's like you. As soon as I throw a punch, I know it's cracking because I really can't really do. You know what I'm saying? You got to get over there fast.
You gotta make that first punch matter.
Yeah, that motherfucker mattered too, and it stood him still so y'all can run over there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to get there fast, cuz for real. Oh, that's bad for me.
Speaking of bad, never mind. Keep it going. That's the worst way to read an ad. We're gonna come back in 5 minutes.
Speaking of bad.
No. Speaking of bad. We ain't gonna do it like that.
I'll be like, speaking of erectile dysfunction.
Nah, hold on. We gotta see if we can find this T-Rell fight. Not Smack. We already seen that. Hold on. I want to see this concert. T-Rell, Tiger concert. Yeah, UCLA and everything. Tiger fight. Oh, no, they were just fighting from city to city. This is a crazy video when Tiger was there looking like a little kid. Help! Help!
It's enough Tiger to go around. Everybody calm down. Calm down, calm down.
Hold on, I missed it. Hold on, I missed it. There always gotta be a dude to ruin it. Bro, Tiger calling all Jones on stage. You gonna jump on there too. That's crazy.
Calm down, calm down. Get him on stage with that shit. Come on, get him on stage. Hold on.
Nah, he really did slam the shit out of security though. I just peeped it. This white dude in the back.
Tiger to go around. Everybody calm down.
That white dude wanted some Tiger. Look. Nah, he really did on some crazy shit though. Scoop security. T-Rell's a real nigga though for punching that giant in the face. I see that dude slam security. It's bad for business. That's when the blammer has to come out.
Everybody calm down.
Look, right here, right
Calm
here.
down, calm down.
Security runs over there when he jumps on stage, like pushing him. Oh, he slamming a nigga like a little nigga looks over him.
Get him on stage with that shit. Come on, get him on stage. Hold on. Chill out.
That white dude, that's still him right
Slowly
there?
come on stage.
That's still him right there. That's T-Rell right there.
Nah, they arrested homie and everything. Yo, T-Rell's
The infamous man, like he always behind some
Calm
shit.
down.
white boy ain't even feel T-Rail's punch. I thought when they said that shit, T-Rail stumbled this nigga. So. He punches him. That white boy's still up, bro. That white boy's up getting jumped.
Chill out.
That's wild bullshit.
TRell, welcome back to Mr. Last King. Nah, that's
Crazy. This when Tiger was on top of the world. This is like a what? 9 years ago they uploaded this.
Alright, chill, just cause I seen this. Yo, this video right here.
Any chance you think that, Jordan and Chloe can reconcile?
So this is the Floyd Mayweather birthday party. They kick his ass out.
Like the way that they drag him out, bro, it's like a kid. When your son don't want to leave the playground, that fan's necking crazy. Nah, that's insane. That was bad for business.